Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What we got here is the rear wheel off of the CT90 project here. Uh, it's going to get relaced, so all of these spokes and all of that are going to get ripped out of this thing as soon as those parts land. But tonight, what I was going to do was pop the rear brake off and see what the heck's going on inside of here, and probably knock the bearings out of it, just in case nobody's done this before. This might be an introduction for you. First thing you want to do is kind of knock this brake lever into where you think might be the center. It'll free up, and then hopefully you just lift this up. Ooh, okay, well, what has happened here is the brake lining has delaminated from the shoe on one side. This wheel has been sitting outside, I got to assume, for quite a while. The aluminum oxide has grown on the back side of this and kind of made the bonding ineffective. Popped the shoe right off, or the lining anyways, and that's no big deal. I got a new set of brake shoes. We'll go ahead and put this off to the side here. Secondary to this, what we got right up top here is a grease seal. There is a bearing, and then on the bottom side of it there is another bearing that you can see right here. And I like to knock the bearings out of this. It's pretty simple with a punch. You got to use kind of a long, thin one, because you're just barely getting onto the lip down here. You can just barely feel it. You might be able to hear it. Alright, I'm going to attempt to knock the bearing out of the back of this thing. Bearing does not want to come out of here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to knock the bearings out of this hub assembly. Use kind of a tapered punch here, freshly sharpened. Ah, there it goes. Got lucky. Alright, what we got is a single row bearing here. It's got the one seal that goes to the outside. There is a spacer. And there's a bearing and a seal in here. So we'll flip it over. Use the same punch. There with the seal. There's the bearing. brain, I would have put a catch underneath it, but there's the seal and there's the bearing. Apparently they didn't have any seals on this outboard bearing, or excuse me, the inboard bearing, and they used a rubber lip seal on the outside. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we got the brake assembly here for the rear wheel. I'll show you the easiest way that I found to get these brakes off. All you need is two regular screwdrivers. First screwdriver, get in there and you wedge them apart. Second one, you really get in there. And once you get the one side off, the other side should come off relatively easy. These brakes are really crusty. Wow. And there we go. That is the inside of the brake assembly. I'll clean this all up and we'll put on a new set of brake shoes, and we'll reassemble the bearings and all that good stuff on the Hey, what we're looking here is the rear wheel assembly for the Trials bike. What we're doing here tonight is delving into some ground that I've never delved into before. This is going to be lacing up a rim. It doesn't look all that complicated, famous last words. What I did to make it easy, I came in here and just cut the spokes. A couple of the nipples were pretty difficult in coming off, so I'm not going to reuse the spokes, so I just cut them off. It did afford me some time to get at some of the rust that was on this wheel, and believe it or not, it was in fairly sorry shape when I first started on it, and after probably hour and a half of my elbow grease and this wonderful elixir known as phosphoric acid. It is also sold as a prep and etch. I want to say that they sell it too as a concrete driveway cleaner. I believe it's all the same stuff, although the concentration may be different. I've been using this brand and this particular stuff for many years, and it is, I'm going to say, wonderful. It isn't really interested in the parent metal. I'm not sure what it does to aluminum. If it's left on aluminum for long periods of time, I have a suspicion it may eat it up. I don't know, and I really don't try and test aluminum very much on it. I do know that it does clean aluminum. If you have oxidation on aluminum and you put it on a towel and wipe it off, it will take the oxidation off of aluminum. You probably don't want it to sit for very long, though. If somebody has more knowledge on that, by all means, put it in the comment section. But for this chromed rim, it has actually worked quite nicely. It can't do anything for, you know, stuff that's below the surface and all that good stuff. So there's going to be a little bit of freckling underneath the chrome on this thing. But hopefully I'm going so fast when I'm driving by somebody, they won't be able to pick it up in the first place. But what is nice about the phosphoric acid is it converts the red rust that you see to black rust. Well, if you come through with a stainless steel brush and scrape off the black rust, and then you come back through again with the phosphoric acid and clean that up, it effectively takes care of the rust. And it doesn't take very long to do it. the more elbow grease you throw at it, obviously, the faster it's going to work. But one of my favorite methods is to soak a rag with the green stuff, as I call it, and put it directly on the affected area and let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and hit it with a wire brush, and usually that starts the process of removing the rust spots and all that good stuff, and it actually works quite well. So this will just be the very first part of this video. What I intend to do here is clean this hub up a little bit and start putting new spokes in it, and we'll probably rejoin later after I got some spokes in this thing and all that good stuff. So hang on to the next part of the video.